Good morning, students. I'm Dr. Vijay Bhandari, and I'm Associate Professor in CSE Department, SIIT Bhopal. So let's start with today's topic, HTML in Internet and Web Technologies. So basically, I will cover some a few parts of the HTML introductory part and overview of HTML and HTML structures. So first I will tell you about the HTML. What is the HTML language and why do we need in modern scenario? So the hypertext markup language is the standard markup language for the document designed and to be displayed in a web browser. For example, like we can display in web browser like Internet Explorer, Safari, Brave, Google Chrome. So many Google web browser is available. So that can be the data can be displayed in a web browser. So it defines the meaning and structure of the web content also. So it is oftenly assisted by technologies such as cascading, style sheet CSS, and scripting language such as JavaScript. So I will tell you in next slide like what is the structure of HTML. So before starting the structure of the HTML, I will tell you about the what is the document type HTML, what is the body, head, H1, tag, P tag, paragraph tags, body, and HTML. So it is developed by W3C consortium and in 1993. So the first version of the HTML is released in 1993. Okay, so I will tell you about the web browsers, how it works. So web browsers receive the HTML documents from a web server or from local storage and render the documents into multimedia web pages. HTML describes the structure of a web page semantically and originally included cues for its appearance. HTML elements are the building blocks of HTML pages. With HTML constructs, images, and other objects such as interactive forms may be embedded into the rendered pages, and the HTML provides a meaning to create structured documents by denoting structural semantics for text such as headings, paragraphs, list, links, and other items. So HTML elements are delineated by the tags written using angle brackets. Like if you can see here, this is the angle brackets, and it is closed by the angle brackets. So these tags as such as like HTML and head, you can see here. So directly introduce content into the pages. Right? So HTML can embed programs written in scripting languages such as JavaScripts, which affects the behavior and content of the web pages. The inclusion of the CSS defines the look and layout of the content. So the W3C consortium form or maintains of the HTML and current maintainer of the CSS standards has encouraged of the CSS standards. So here you can see it is document type file, that is HTML. It will be closing into the angle tab. So that is HTML, and again it is going to be showing by head, and then we will move to some title pages. So we can include the title of the page, and then we include it head and body. So we start the body with the some headings and paragraphs, and we enclose the body and then enclose the HTML. Now we can save this document into the file name with the .html. So you can just save it and in the current folder. You can make a folder and save it into a dot with HTML, and then you can open the browser, and the displayed content will the pages will be containing all the information that you have embedded programs and writing in scripting languages. Now we will move to some few slides. So here I have to clear this annotations and clear all the drawings. Okay. Now we move to next. This is the heading and this is the paragraph. This is the output of that previous quotes. Now example, how we gone through the coding. So every line will be telling you what is the meaning of like document type HTML, declaring the document and definitions is an HTML5 documents. The HTML element is the root element of HTML page. The head elements contains meta informations about the HTML page, as well as the titled elements specifies the title for the HTML page, which is shown in the browser's title bar or in the pages tab. And the body elements defines the document's body and a container for all the visible content such as headings, paragraphs, images, hyperlinks, tables, list. The H1 element defines the large headings and the P element defines the paragraph. So these are the mainly what I have explained to you. Now in next slide, we will see some of the part of the HTML elements. So before now going to this uh, page or slides, so I will tell you about the markup. So markup is consisting of several key components, including those called tags and their attributes, character-based data types, character references, and entity references. So HTML tags most commonly come into the pair like H1 and although some represent empty elements, so are unpaired. For example, like the img, so it will be tagged with angle tags. So the first tag is such a pair is start tag and second is the end tags. They are so called opening and closing tags. So these are the things which I have covered in markup languages. Now we move to some what is an HTML elements. So an HTML element is defined by a start tag, some content, and end tag. So tag name contains goes here like tag name. The HTML element is everything from the start tag to the end tag. For example, you can see here H1 here in starting the starting the tags and closing with the tags. So my first heading we are inserting, and in paragraph my first paragraphs, and we are enclosed and ending the paragraphs. So here you can understand all the things, and we can use some HTML elements in our web pages. Now a start tag element content and end tag. So H1 is my first heading, H1 in closing tags, as well as the paragraphs like my first paragraph, it is enclosed by the P, and BR, it is nothing to say. Now the web browsers, the purpose of the web browsers Chrome, Edge, Firefox, Safari is to read HTML documents and display them correctly. A browser does not display the HTML text but uses them to determine how to display the documents. So you can see the elements and web browser. So HTML documents imply a structure of the nested HTML elements, right? So I have shown you in some examples like my first headings and my first paragraph. After saving all the files, all the codes and with the .html, then you can see the details in web pages. This will be static web pages. You can see here. Now we will move to some HTML page structure. This is the visualizations of an HTML page structure. Here you can see the head, title. Within the head tags, it will be included in titles. Then we will start with the body, and we are showing the headings, paragraphs, including the paragraphs, and we are enclosed and ending with the bodies, and then HTML as well. So this will be saved into a dot with HTML, HTM or HTML extensions, and then we can see all the documents, all the creating the design in our web pages. So that's it for all the day. and for today. And uh, I have covered these topics like introductory part of the HTML, what is the latest version of HTML, what is the visualizations of the web pages, what it contains, and what is the paragraph, what is the angle tab, and paragraphs, and what is visualizing and structure of the HTML. So uh, now that's for the enough for the session. And if you have any doubts, you can uh, post your query in chat box. I will try to clear it. Thank you.